Welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. Let us begin first by placing our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep, gentle breaths and visualizing these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. This breathing technique allows your whole entire lungs to be filled with beautiful fresh oxygen so that it has capacity to distribute all this oxygen in the rest of your body. Just allow it to just fill up with the oxygen that you need. This is a gift you give yourself. Slow, deep, gentle breaths. Experiencing these breaths flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Now see if you can take these breaths a little deeper and exhale for a little longer. Make them symmetrical. So if you're taking about 5 seconds to breathe in one breath as it flows into your heart, take 5 seconds to breathe out as it flows out of your heart. So when it flows into your heart, experiencing a heart hug from the universe. And as you exhale, imagining these flowing out of your heart, you're giving a hug to others. If you have any thoughts that come through your mind, I want you to take those thoughts and drop them into your heart. Just allow your heart to process those thoughts. Most of us use our heads to think, but really we're missing an entire part of the wisdom that our body can deliver. Just for now, let us think with our hearts. So any processes, anything that's going into your head, I want you to connect the head and the heart together. Imagine and intend for it to do that, and drop those thoughts into your heart. See what happens. Slow, deep, gentle breaths as you experience these flowing in and out of your heart. See if you can take deeper breaths for this last minute. So take those deeper breaths in and out. You're training your body to be able to breathe deeply and avoid breathing shallow. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me once again this morning. Glad to see all of you here. And I'll I'll check the chat area after the next segment or perhaps at the end. But right now it's about I didn't know that moment, or what I call now is the things that maybe make me go, moment. So let us talk about that now. Today's topic is standing your ground with compassion. And the reason I wanted to share with you today's standing your ground with compassion is because a couple of weeks ago, I had an argument, more of an anger-based argument with somebody. Now, I surprised myself when that happened because it's not often that I blow up. But lately I've been irritated, and this person, especially by this person. Now I know enough to know that this is not caused by this person. It's something in me that needs to be resolved. So I thought, well, how could I do that? How could I do that without, because the gift that this person is giving me is the ability to see what bothers me, and then I lash out at this person who's actually giving me the gift of highlighting the areas that I need to work on. So, it's one of those things where the people that you love the most, you lash out at them, but really all they're doing is they're highlighting areas that that you need to work on. So how could I resolve that so that I don't do that to this beautiful person next time? And we are good friends, and So I reflected on this, as we should all. Whenever there's a trigger event, we should all reflect on it after, when we've calmed down. So I reflected on this, and basically what I said was to myself, I realized something is that there were conversations that happened weeks before that I felt, like, okay, should I stand my ground right here, or should I just let it go because it's such a small thing? And then, the next time the same pattern repeated. And I said, well, should I stand my ground here and express to this person how I feel? And I thought, it's small enough. I don't want to disrupt the flow of this conversation, until such a time, 2 weeks later, that I actually blew up because I had enough. So now her and I had a conversation. And now what I do is I would say to her that you are coming across as passive aggressive. Did you mean to do that? And that basically allows the dialogue to continue. Because I don't want to say to her, stop being passive aggressive or lash out at her, because I'm at a point where it's small enough that it doesn't trigger me, but it builds up over time. And I had no idea that these things would build up over time, because I would do my techniques that we practice here when that small thing happened, but it does build up over time. And this is what the epiphany I had is, just because I'm doing my breathing technique every morning and practicing with you here on a weekly basis doesn't really mean that there's going to be not an event that I'm going to explode with anger. But there can be such a situation where I don't have to explode with anger, is if I address it when it's just a slow boil. When it's just a slow boil, when I feel something, I can say, here's how I'm receiving you. Do you mean to do that? And if you want to try that out, please try that this week and let me know. Send me an email if that works. All right. The Qi shot moment for today, this is the Qigong moment that we have, is the bubbling spring energy. So I won't have the opportunity to stick my foot up to demonstrate this, so you just have to use your imagination, as you can imagine. There are 2 points just at the bottom of the pad of your big toe. So starting with your left toe, I would, and the idea here is to build your life force, Qi energy, which is directly connected to your kidney. So when you massage these points in circles, so just imagine if this is my foot and the pad of the big toe, I would massage at the bottom of here in circles, using your left foot first, okay? So massage it in circles like this, for 30 seconds or more, and then switch over and do the same thing at the bottom of the other pad, on your toes, on your feet. And do that as often as you want. Do that as you feel like it, as often as you want. And perhaps because you're sitting there watching TV, you might as well do that. What that does is it stimulates the kidney energy, the flow, the Qi flow in your body. And that's according to Master Chuni Lin of Spring Forest Qigong. All right. Hopefully that's been helpful. So let us begin the next level of our practice today, this heart math technique where we continue to place our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep breaths, visualizing these flowing in and out of our hearts. And that's what we did before, the heart focused breathing technique. And now I want you to bring forward and, and imagine or experience a past event, like as if it's happening now, where you felt lots of love, appreciation, and peace. Bring that forward and see how much you can increase the intensity of that emotion in your body. And as you do that, your body will love you for it. It'll reverse your aging process. It'll speed up your healing process. All of these chemicals that are being produced in your body, the 1,400 different biological reactions happening in your body to help you nourish and give you more zest for life. So let us do that by experiencing a rejuvenating emotion, love, appreciation, and peace. And as you take these slow, deep, gentle breaths, you're mechanically modulating your autonomic nervous system. You're giving it a signal that we're not in distress. And so we don't have to worry about dangers, and therefore we don't have to secrete any more um, stress hormones. We are now producing more DHEA, which is an anti-aging rejuvenating hormone. And that's the signal we're giving to the body by taking the slow, deep, gentle breaths and experiencing them flowing in and out of the heart, while at the same time experiencing a regenerative emotion such as care, compassion, appreciation, gratitude. Let us practice this for a few minutes. And now ask your body to help you experience a more deeper, intense emotion. The deeper and more intense your emotion of gratitude and love, the more longer lasting the effects in your body. 5 minutes of gratitude with deep emotions will allow you to boost your immune system for up to 6 hours. So let us give our body the opportunity to heal and give your body permission to experience emotions. Your body will listen. Now, for the last minute and a half, I want you to sense that magnetic field that your heart produces. I want you to sense that just beyond your body. See how far you can sense that magnetic field without touching it, of course, but just sensing it. Just bring your awareness beyond your heart, just outward as far as you can go, and see if you can still feel and get in tune with that magnetic field that's being generated by the heart, because it carries information about your emotions. This is a scientific fact where you can measure the frequencies of your emotions readily in the magnetic field, and you're producing it. Therefore, you should be able to sense it. So practice this. Just place your awareness just beyond your heart, maybe a few inches, maybe a foot, maybe 10 feet, and see how far you can sense this and be aware of what's going on in the energy field in your body. Those 15 minutes flew by, didn't they? And that's your Monday morning espresso shot. I'm happy to take questions and respond to some of your chat messages. But if you have questions, please do type them in. While you're doing that, I will just scroll through some of the things that are going on. So the replay for the rally event has been posted. So if you're an Ignite member, and Ignite membership is $15 a month, and you can cancel anytime. If you type in promo code Alberta, that's $15 a month. Regularly, it's $25 a month. So you can do that if you want. In Indianapolis, again, that session will be posted as an Ignite deep dive webinar. I'm gonna create a new webinar for the group. And so on July 25th to 27th, you can join us live, and you'll see all the presentations by all these wonderful 6 people. And if you want to do that, otherwise, my particular presentation will be part of the Ignite membership if you want to join. I do have a live stream coming up. I'm doing a full-day workshop with Dr. Amber Meliha Wolf. We're going to be talking about balancing the shamanic heart, and we're going to be talking about how our hearts have the yin and the yang energies, and how it works, and how that applies to us in our everyday lives, and how that applies to our relationships that we create, and having that harmonious relationships, not only within ourselves, but outside of ourselves. But we have to start from within first, and that's what's coming up. The pricing is $22 to $30 to $44. It's actually pay whatever price you want, between $22 to $44 for each of the workshops, or there's a full workshop package price. So you can check that out in the email that I send out to those who are Spark members. You'll get an email. All right, ready to answer some of your questions. So let me quickly look at the chat area and see what we've got. Thank you, Dil from UK. Yeah, and Lou and Will send me a private note. Actually, to everyone, they typed a thank you to Dr. Oshie last week, and it went privately to Dil. So Dr. Oshie, if you're listening to a replay, wonderful. And you're welcome for these cheese shots. I'm glad that's working out for you guys. Lou and Will in Regina, thank you. Dil, hello. Good afternoon to you, I guess, from UK. Lou and Will, very honest comment. Some people are just damned annoying. Sometimes the act of self-forgiveness is needed. I totally agree with you. I think the annoying part, again, the distinction that I made earlier today, was the part that I was annoyed by somebody's behavior. And I'd like to think that is because there's some part of me that needs resolving. I think there's an emotional discord in me that needs resolving. And if you ever have been annoyed by somebody, and then you worked on yourself, and then that person no longer annoys you, that's because you worked on yourself. So I'd like to think that every moment that somebody annoys you is an opportunity for you and I to actually level up, and so that those issues do not annoy us anymore, and we become very stoic, we become sages, and we are in a position where we can serve others that way better. All right. There's a note from Dil suggesting that in the cheese shot today, the bubbling spring point, she suggests that rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise when you apply pressure on foot. That's a good suggestion. I believe that the Master Chuni Lin was suggesting we go clockwise and starting with the left foot, but you can try whatever. I don't think it matters that much. You're just energizing or stimulating that point. Thank you, Dil, for your private message. And are outside stimuli all a reflection of our own inner conditions, or only those that trigger us? The more they trigger us, the more profound our inner reaction. That's a very good question, Anne. I think all outside our perceptions, every perception, whether it's joyous or extremely irritating, is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And here's why I believe that. I believe that because sometimes you'll get annoyed by kids running around making a noise. Other times you find that very cute. And it's two people could be standing and watching the same event unfold, and they may have different reactions. But the actual truth has not changed. Exactly what's happening beyond you has not changed. It's your perception or receiving of that has changed. And I've seen this happen many times. I've seen people talk very quickly when they're stressed out because their body is going a mile a minute, that their heart rate is going a mile a minute, and they're talking fast. That's because they're seeing things move a lot quicker and they're panicking more. So I truly believe all outside stimuli, all outside stimulus or stimuli are, and how we perceive it is a reflection of our state. And it's a very good, if we're having a wonderful, joyous experience watching a child play in the mud, I think that's a reflection of our inner love for life and inner zest for life. Where if we're annoyed saying, oh my God, how am I going to get that dirt out of the clothes? It's actually more of an inner reflection of stress. So thank you for asking that particular question. Thank you. Lou and Will, referring to the Chi shot, you missed my question about compiling the Chi shot slides, as I hope there will be many. Yes, Lou, you know what? I have all the slides. I can put it together and I'll put it on my website where everybody can access it. And I'll add to them as time goes. So definitely we'll do that. And as you know, Lou and Will, you both are members of Ignite. You can access these at any time, but I'm happy to put those together for you so that people, if they want to go through the different Chi shot points, that they can do that. All right. Thank you. Thank you for making that request. I'll do that. Zachary, thank you for your private note. I won't say it out loud, but I appreciate your sentiments. And yeah, love meeting you in Mount Shasta as well. Oh, you did say it to everybody. Thank you. You're welcome, Zachary. I hope you tune in more often and we can connect. Wonderful. All right, I don't see anything else coming through as questions. So thank you so much. I'm happy to take those questions via email. Please do send them out to me. All right, and it's been lovely. Thank you so much. And until next week, take care.